Hello students, welcome to Pathak's Computer Academy online classes. In the previous video, we learned about Python programming, and in that we learned loops. So Python programming is over because whatever the course in class 10th, I covered all the topics related to Python. So from today, we start programming with Scratch. So let's start. So the content today we covered introduction to Scratch, revision of interface that I already talked about Scratch and their interface in class 9. Okay. Components of Scratch, types of blocks, coordinate systems, decision making, and repetition in Scratch. Whatever you learn, if else, loops in Python programming, the same can be done with Scratch programming too. So, introduction. This slide is already discussed in class 9th. Student, you can go through my YouTube channel and refer that video. So what is Scratch? Scratch is a programming language through which you can create your own interactive stories, animation, as well as games, music, and art. Okay, why? Because of interactive mode provided by the Scratch programming, this can be done. And Scratch is designed by kindergarten lifelong learning group at MIT to introduce some basic programming concept with fun to kids. Clear? In Scratch, sprites, which is actually an object, and with that sprite, there is a stage known as background. We can do various things with the help of sprites by using small program segments. They are already built in segments. You have to just drag and drop and use it. That's why it is very easy to use. But the only problem is you have a clear idea about what you are going to achieve. Okay. So this is the interface of Scratch programming or Scratch software. Here you can see that file, edit, these menus are available. These are various segments that are known as block description. Various blocks are available. I am going to discuss one by one. No issue. These are known as based on each block. There are various block palettes that can be dragged to script area here. Here you can write your program logic. And this is the stage where whatever you have written will execute it. And this is a sprite. Here you can change the sprite, whatever you want to take. Okay, from here, from when you click here, then this option will open various sprite from where you can take it. So here you can see that I have already opened the sprite, sorry, Scratch. This is the whole environment of Scratch program. Whenever you click on motion, these things can be done. When you click on looks, so these things can be achieved, and various things. I'm going to discuss one by one, don't worry. This is the area where you can just drag and drop. Okay, that's it. Here, the program, whatever you have written, will execute it. So I think it is very clear to you what is the interface. Okay, now, so there are mainly 4 components of Scratch. What they are? Programming palette. Okay, these are essential tools which are required to program a sprite to do something. That can be a variable, that can be a loop, conditional statements. If you want to print something, all are written or all are built in palette. You have to just drag and drop. Next one is stage. I already talked about this, that this is the area where your program executes. Now, sprites, this is an actor which perform your logic. And script, whatever you drag and drop each palette one by one, and these association make a program, and that program is known as script. Clear? Now, types of blocks. As we know that Scratch is a block-based programming language. What it means? It means instead of writing a line of code, you use blocks. And internally, the code is written over here. We don't need to write. Okay? Series of connected blocks are called script. As I already told you, that number of instructions based on blocks are connected to each other, and that association is known as script. And there are basically 9 categories of blocks. Other than this, some more blocks are available, but basic category is motion, looks, sound, event, control, sensing, operators, variables, and my blocks. Clear? Now, here you can see that motion block. Motion blocks are used for sprite movement. Whenever you want to move sprite from up to down or left to right, then motion block is to be used. I'm going to show you. Very simple it is. This is the motion blocks, and this is a small block which says that move 10 steps. So to run this script, just you have to double click on it. Here you can see that there is some movement you can see. Now I'm going to write down 50 here. So my sprite moves here and there with the help of motion block. Okay. Now next one is looks block. Looks block are the blocks that control how a sprite looks. Okay. If you want to convey a message to the user with the help of sprite, then looks block can be used. Okay. Here. Say hello for 2 seconds and hello. You can see, write anything here. Hello, students. Okay. And just double click on it. Something went wrong. Here, you can see that. I'm going to wait for 5 seconds. Hello, student is printed and it will print for 5 seconds. After that, it will disappear. So there are various more things that you can do. Okay. Now the next block is sound block. Sound, as the name suggests, if you want to add some music or sound in your program, then from sound block you can add it. Clear? Next one is event block. Here you can see that in my previous example, I have to double click on it to run a particular segment. But if you want that with the help of keyboard, something will happen, then event block are used. Here, there are various things available. When clicked, then that block is to be executed. When space bar key pressed, then something will happen, and many more. Okay. Next one is control block. Okay. As the name suggests, again, whenever you need a conditional statement, okay, whenever you need a loop, then these type of control blocks are used. Here you can see that repeat. So what it means? It represents a looping construct. Repeat 10 times. Here you can insert something other condition. No problem. And here the vacant space, you have to add new pallets which executed repeatedly 10 times. Here for run forever. If you want to run the block continuously at infinite time till forcefully stopped. And other than this, there are various other things available. Next one is sensing. As you know, what do you mean by sense? Something touched. Either you move the mouse pointer, or you move your mouse pointer to a particular position, then this type of sensing block are used. Now, sometimes you need to calculate something. Okay, you have to write a program to add two numbers. Then these operators can be used. Plus operator, minus, into, division, pick random number from 1 to 10. Okay. In Python programming, there is a particular function rand. But here you have, don't worry about the logic, how the random variable is calculated or how random variable is generated. You have to just drag and drop and use it. Clear? Next one is variable. As you all know, in each programming language, either C, C++, Java, or even Python, there are a use of variables. So from here, you can create your own variable, or with the help of this, you can use inbuilt variables. Clear? And next one is my block. If you want to create a custom block, okay, you don't need a built-in, then you could do this without any problem with the help of this. So that's all for basic blocks. And next one is, again, this is an extension block. As I already told you that there are some other blocks are also available other than 9 basic blocks. So you have to click on this and move to something like pen block, music block, and many more. Okay, here you can see that. Here you can see. If you click on this, choose an extension, appears music, pen, video sensing, text to speech. If you want to convert your text into speech, then this block can be used, and many more. Okay. So move on further. Now, coordinate system. As I show you that sprite will work on stage, and that stage is nothing, it is a XY coordinate, and that coordinate has a position for X and Y. In mathematics, in coordinate, you know that this something like that. Here is X in the horizontal order, and in vertical there is a Y axis, and this center position is 0, 0. The same thing is here. Okay, so here you can see that the X position can range from 240 to minus 240. So where minus 240? You know that if you move in the left hand side, minus value will appear on x-axis. So how much you can go further in the stage? Minus 240, or here plus 240. The same thing for y-axis, but the value is 180 to minus 180. 180 here and minus 180 here. Okay. Clear? Here you can see that. If you can see here, the sprite on x-axis minus 36, and after that minus 1 on y-axis. Now I'm going to centralize it. So what is to be done? Value should be 0 and x-axis and y-axis for 0. And just press enter. Now my sprite is on the center of the stage. Clear? And here you can also fit the size as you want. Here 100%, now I'm going to 50%. My sprite is now looks smaller than the original one. So I think coordinate is very simple. What it means, it is a two-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. That's all. Now, I'm going to discuss conditional statement. I already defined why conditional statement is needed. But conditional statement is needed when at some point of program you have to decide if this condition will be true, then that portion of program is to be executed. Okay, here you can see that if 4 is greater than 2, then turn clockwise direction 90 degrees. To whom? The sprite. The sprite have to move 90 degrees if 4 is greater than 2. And you always know that value 4 is greater than 2. Okay? And their types if and if else. Clear? Now here you can see that I have written a program, make a square. So what is to be done? I have to move the sprite. Sprite is initially here. Move firstly 100 steps forward, then turn around 90 degrees, move downward 100 steps, wait for 1 second, again turn 90 degree clockwise, so the direction will be here, and move further 100 steps, and at last turn again 90 degree and move to 100 steps. So it will create something like a square. Okay, so what is to be done? I have to move 100 steps, wait for 1 second so that we can see it, what is going on. Otherwise, it will move on in a fraction of second. Okay, again turn 90 degree, move 100 steps, wait for 1 second, and this is to be done at least 4 times because I have to move the sprite in a square direction. So I think I already make a program. So from file, I have to load the program. So let us check whether I have created or not. If example, I'm going to open. My project is now loading. Here, whatever I have written in a previous slide. So I'm just going to click it. Here you can see that my sprite move to the what? 90-degree in clockwise direction. Again, I am going to click. So you can see that here you can see that my program is working fine. Now I'm going to insert else command. For example, so I have to go to the control. Okay. And then I have to delete if and insert it if else. Just drag and drop. Now what is to be insert? A condition. So operators greater than. So I'm going to write down if 2 something not happening. It's not going to be right anything, but why I don't know. Let us take the whole program new. I'm going to take a new project. So what is to be done? I have to take an event when clicked. After that, I have to take control if else. Now I have to use operator. Let us take a motion, turn 90-degree clockwise. Nothing is written. Why? I don't know. No issue. Again, I'm going to try. Why it's not happening? Okay, turn 50-degree. Turn 50-degree. Else turn anti-clockwise 50-degree. And for what condition? I'm going to write down condition here. But condition is not overwritten. I don't think what is going on. Okay. Let's move on. I will check what is the problem. So make a square. Okay. you can create. Here, in the previous slide, you can see that I have to write the same logic of first one, move 100 step, second one, move clockwise 90 degree, and then wait for 1 second. This is to be executed 4 times. So this can be handled with what? Loops easily. And here you can see that my programming is going to be very short. Okay. So what is to be done? Again, I'm going to open, load from file, loop example. Okay. Project is now loading here. Okay. So I am going to click. Here you can see that my sprite is moving 100 step forward, then turn 90 degree, move 100%, turn 90 degree, move 100 steps, turn 90 degree, and move to the original position. Again, I'm going to show you. Here you can see that. Okay. Clear? And this can be done repeatedly. Now I'm going to show you. Delete, going for control, taken the forever loop, and the same logic is put it over here. Now I am going to click. Here you can see that one movement, next second movement is going on, and this will happening continuously, whatever you want to do. So to stop, you have to click here, stop. So my program is now ended. So I think it is very clear. Just you have to think when and where which logic is to be applied. Again, this example is very much popular. That is known as back and forth. You have to move on your sprite forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. So what is to be done? You have to take a forever condition, set rotation style left, right. Why? Otherwise, your sprite will look in the one direction only. That's why each time you have to move his face in moving direction. Move 10 steps. If X position is lesser than -200, then turn 180 degree and face should be at that direction. Again, if X position is greater than 200, then turn 180 degree again. And this has to be happened continuously. Okay. So I think I already created that program. Back and forth. Yes. Here. So I'm going to run. Here you can see that. Now, my sprite is moving left to right. Also, sprite face is in the moving direction. Clear? Okay. If the rotation style is deleted, now I'm going to show you. I'm I'm going to stop and just take out from here, and all the logic is put it again. Now I am going to run. Here you can see that everything looks fine. Face is also moving towards the direction here the sprite moves. So this rotation style is not needed. So you can delete it. Okay. So that's all for back and forth. Next one, jumping program. If you want to move your sprite up and down, it looks like a jumping game. Then what is to be done? You have to do forever, repeat 10 times. What? Y value should be increased by 10 times. And when it moves in the Y direction 10 times, now move down by 10 times again. So it looks like the sprite is jumping. So two repeat statement is to be included. So here you can see that in my program. I have to load jump example. My project is now loading. Here you can see. Here. Now I'm going to show you. My sprite is now here. Now I'm going to run it. Here you can see that. My sprite is now jumping. So it is a very beautiful and small project that you can run and check whether your sprite is jumping or not. Okay, I'm going to stop. Move on further. That's all for today. Today we learned about the blocks that can be used while programming in Scratch. After that, we learned about conditional statements and repeating loops. In the next class, we will learn how to add music, how to create animation. I already show you in a back and forth and jumping. These are also a small animation that you can create, and also a small game I will show you in Scratch. So for today, thank you so much.